share it out real quick. I'm going to let Sam know real quick what's going on. That way he... Because I know he wanted to check this out. Let me throw that up. Alright, we'll see what happens with that. Oh, in the meantime, I guess we will see what happens. See if anyone shows up yet. But anyway, Chris Bushman back again for another casual stream here of just doing more computer messing around. Today, however, is pretty cool because when I went to my local Free Geek e-waste shop, I had picked up a kind of a cool chip here. I was not expecting to find this in the wild, but this is actually a slot 1 Pentium 3 chip. More importantly, this is a 100 megahertz front side bus chip, which means this will actually work with my Windows 98 box. But yeah, it's 700 megahertz, 256 level 2 cache, I think that's what that is. And then it's a 100 megahertz front side bus. Runs at 1.65 volts. So, in theory, my Dell board, at least when I looked at the original specs and the manual and such, this board should support the Pentium 3 chip, at least when it's a 100 megahertz front-side bus, which will be a significant improvement from what we have now, which is 450 megahertz Pentium 2. So, I expect to see an upgrade both from the core speed of the chip, as well as any improvements the Pentium 3 architecture may have introduced. Also, when we benchmarked last time, Quake 2 was giving us some trouble here. I've modified the notepad chart slightly here. I've actually rerun, I patched Quake 2 up to version, I think it's like version 2.3 or something like that. It's an updated patch for Quake 2. And when I ran the benchmark with OpenGL support, I got a benchmark of 74.2. So it seems to be at least reading the frame rate correctly now. Before I was getting some really weird values, like 30 frames, I think. Though the machine was obviously running faster than 30 frames for Quake 2. So I'm going to try to use that for the benchmark now. And I think it should work pretty decently. I've already run it for the 450, which is in here now. I'm going to pop this open and throw in the 350 again to run Quake 2 to get an idea of, where we're at. So you might see the stream eventually. Hopefully you'll see the content eventually here, Sam. But what I was saying was I ran a patch for Quake 2, reran the result for at least the Pentium 450 here under the OpenGL driver, produced a much higher value and closer to what I was observing for the game. Before I ran it and it said like 30 frames when I was running absurdly fast. For those of you who may have seen the stream last time, that was kind of crazy when that happened. So this time I've run it for the 450. I have not run it for the 350 yet. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this system down, put in the 350, rerun Quake 2 to get that value, shut it down again. We'll pop in the Pentium 3 and then run our benchmarks and see what we come up with. I haven't recalculated the percentage of change yet. We'll try to track it compared to the 350 and then to the 450. I still want to I do want to find a value that is going to be not just a percentage I have to, what I'm trying to say here, where I don't have to manually adjust any negative or positive change in the percentage itself. Because at least for how this is what they're doing, the simplest calculation, most straightforward calculation right now, it doesn't really have that in there. In theory, would I get a formula to do that? I know there's one there, but my brain is not on to do it at this point right now. So regardless, that's sort of, if I want to track more benchmarking in the future, that's something I might want to just document for myself and maybe put it up somewhere. Either way, and on that note as well, I do want to say a quick sorry to Sam. I was getting a little butthurt last stream with running numbers and such, and regardless of excuses or whatever, my behavior is not where it should have been. So sorry to you, sir. You do not deserve that. But I do appreciate you being on the stream regardless. Yeah, an Excel sheet will probably be what happens there, or just some other good way of documenting it. Just so I can, in theory, start just throwing in numbers and then it'll calculate up just like an Excel sheet or something. I don't know, something fun. And it might turn into a future project just as I get more used to benchmarking and what can actually mean or not mean, because, you know, it's so subjective based on hardware preferences of the software and things like that. And I also know the benchmarking of this kind of hardware is also popular with many different communities, like Vegans, or is it Vongons, something like that. There's a popular retro forum. Some YouTubers I watch use that for references for older hardware. So there's a lot of ways we can go and get this mic down a little bit further here. But yeah, so let's shut this baby down. Let's pop in the 350 chip. Let's rerun Quake 2. So we're going to go ahead and just get rid of this value because this value is invalid. And see what happens. In theory, we should... I'm anticipating that we're going to see a small difference, though with using the OpenGL driver, it's probably leveraging the GPU much more. So that's kind of something I'm kind of weighing back and forth too when I was looking at the OpenGL driver was, well, the software renderer, while it's not taking advantage of the video card, might be a good check for the actual CPU. But we might be benchmarking other changes too as we go along. So I decided to ultimately stick with the OpenGL driver. And yeah, that's about it with that. And so my best guess with this system, beyond just, besides just, I think you want to get a rendition video card. Rendition video card. Remind me what a rendition video card is. Oh, did I leave my screwdrivers in the garage again? I may have actually put them back. No, they're right here. Okay. And again, what's nice at least about doing the benchmarks with the CPU right now, they're really easy to pop in and out. So I can very quickly swap out my CPUs. No heat sink gunk to play with because everything usually has its own heat sink and all that. At least the ones I've been playing with here. So it's nice. It's nice. Also, this Pentium 2 didn't last very long in the machine. Now do it. Okay. Well, again, I can see if I spot any when I go back to, if I go next time I go to Free Geek. I actually filled out a volunteer sheet for Free Geek, so I'm going to try to start volunteering there to help with some of the tech support stuff they do, some of the classes they run, things like that. I thought it'd be kind of cool to do. And I like the cause. All of it is things I like, so it's like, yeah, why not? Let's do that. Let's plug the fan back in here. I said let's plug the fan back in here. Come on, fan. Don't be a butt. Oh, dang. Why is this going to fan head? Come on now. Come on now. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I can see what I can spot. There are some older 3D cards I saw. So it's possible one of those might pop open at the shop. I noticed when I went there today, I was also looking for things for my brother Andy. The Pentium 3, let me find my receipt. That ended up costing me $10 for the chip, which seemed to be a little bit higher than some of the other chips usually, I think. I don't think I paid that much for... Actually, I don't know if I bought a chip there before. Did I? I don't think I did. But no, it cost me $10. And I'm sure part of that's because it also came with a heatsink, technically. I think so. I think we're in. All right. So as you'll see, I should say the 250 is back in, or the 350 is back in. Wait for my monitor to come up. Yep. Oh. See, that easy. Now I have a bunch of slot 1 chips. I can't do much with it. If the 700 works out the way it does, the way I think it can and will, there's not going to be a whole lot of use for these other slot 1 chips right now. But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Yeah, I believe when I was last time I looked on eBay about some of the Pentium 3 100 megahertz frontside bus chips, I believe they were a little more expensive. So I'm pretty sure I got a good deal on that. Also, no, I hear you. It's pretty cool. Especially with the Windows 98 boxes, they have a lot of availability for that because you have all those cool graphics API cards. You know, you start getting into some of the Matrox stuff that you've seen before. Let me get some. Yeah, I got some reticle here. Things like that. This also, Sam, is your heatsink and fan. Note the notch you have there. I don't know if you can see it up close. Yeah, you can kind of see it. I'm not going to focus in right now, but you see that little notch in the heatsink. Yeah, I'm good with not having 1 gig of Pentium 3. 700 would be plenty for me, especially $10 chip. That's fine. Oh no, it went out. And also we're cleaning up Sam's future heatsink here real quick. What was also cool is I found a slot A chip and a slot A board today. It was a AMD Athlon that was 650 megahertz. And then there are some slot A boards lying around. So if you want to go that direction, there's always that as well. If you want to say, yeah, whatever Intel, I want the other guys. There we go, that's cleaned up. Yeah, so slot A was AMD's answer to slot 1 Mechanically, it's the exact same as slot 1, just electrically it's wired up differently. So the chips aren't really compatible, but the same exact form factor. So it uses a little slot CPU like this. So that's a thing. Let's go ahead and run that benchmark real quick. Yeah. This is going to be demo1.dm2. Interesting. So, what's really interesting about this, I forgot to change it back to here. Let's get a closer look. It's saying 71.6 frames per second. Not too much higher than what we had before. So, that's interesting. I don't know if that's actually saving it, but we'll save it right there. So a little bit of an increase, but not super significant. Again, my assumption is, especially using the OpenGL driver, is leveraging the graphics card fairly hard. So yeah. Anyway, that's what the 350. That's what we're starting with here. We'll come back once the Pentium 3 is installed, just like that. Oh, no, I don't want to log out. I want to shut this down. Okay, let's go. So here's the thing about Turok 2. You say that you're all funny and such. Are you aware of the DRM that's attached to Turok 2, the on-disk DRM? I'll wait for you to answer here. Some Q-tips to clean up the contacts on this chip real quick. Actually, I think I have Q-tips here. Yeah. So, this is primarily an issue with Windows XP and above, but Turok 2 will not recognize the CD drive on those systems. Thus, it will not play, while the game will run, it will not play any of the CD music. So there's no music in Turok 2 when you play it. Now, in theory, in Windows 98, that issue doesn't come up. However, I suspect because of the way I'm using my CD drive right now, I have the same issue come up on my 98 machine. There is a patch for Windows NT systems to... It uses a CD audio, and then it has, I believe, some sound effects or speech effects from the Nintendo 64 game to then ultimately have some sort of complete sound. From some forums I read, part of that was a DRM thing. Now, again, that's kind of based on forums, so take that information as you will. But that was some of the information I was reading. So, currently with my 98 machine, the CD audio does not run. I installed Turok 2 on it already. And because of that, it doesn't make me too happy to run it on the 98 machine right now. I did use the Windows NT patch on my Windows XP system, And Turok 2 does run with CD music, though sometimes the CD music doesn't loop properly, or sometimes it cuts into a different track quickly before going back to the track it's supposed to. It's not perfect. And I don't know if that's because of the game itself or because of the patch. Either way, that's a reality of Turok 2 today. I'm going to wait until I get my SATA controller in for the Windows 98 machine to then try that out to see if that makes a difference in terms of having Turok 2 find the CD drive and play the audio music. So that is why you're not seeing Turok 2 pop up right now. Sorry, guys. All right. Pentium 3 chip is in. All right. Besides that, I was also able to acquire some thermal paste from Free Geek. I don't know what kind of quality this thermal paste actually is. I have to look it up. But if I'm able to use that, then I might just use that for the heatsink for the Pentium 4. That's not super critical right now because again the Pentium 4 runs. But it'll be good to use that heatsink eventually. And then I can reclaim my AM2, or no, it's AM3, I think. AM3 socket heatsink. There we go. I did also notice that there's a lot of really good 939 socket, and was it 754, 745, the one that came after the 487, or the Intel socket that came after the 478 socket. There's a lot of good chips for that, and some Xeons for that socket as well. So if you're looking to build like an awesome 939 socket, a bunch of Athlon dual cores and Sepron chips are widely available at this place. Like you can make one ball-in system with that socket. I believe there might even be some server boards out there for those sockets at Free Geek. Moment of truth. Okay, I think that means it reads the chip. See how it reads on my screen. Yep, see? What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you, yo? What did I say? Now it's also still passively cooled, so... Alright, thank you. LGA775, thank you. You can always build more machines, right? Just have mountains of them. There's all my DOS stuff set up. Okay. We have upgraded the CPU one more time. It reads fine. As long as it stays cool. That's be awesome. So let's start with 3D Mark 2K1. Benchmark. We will find out what CPU-Z looks like once I run the benchmark, because I forgot to check CPU-Z first. My bad. Chris likes to screw things up. That's what I do. I also wonder if we'll see a big difference here, because this is slogged down pretty bad in the past. Hello, Sarah Pup. That is better. Huh. That is significantly better. I remember it being much choppier. There you go. I mean, at this point, compared to the 350, we've doubled the clock speed, and we're using, in theory, a better architecture. So, right? Right? Run, peasants, run! Burn them. Burn an 8. Ha 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 ha! Oh, is it? What's it like? Actually, I could probably find it myself. Use your rundown battery usage, temps, CPU clock, GPU, frames per second. It's all free too. Wonder how they monetize. Perhaps selling metrics on phones. Probably. Well, we're going to install it in here. Oh yeah, it's looking up identity stuff. I mean, it syncs up the identity stuff with the phone too. So it might very well be also selling other user information beyond just phone usage information on the phone. Let's see how my phone marks up. Alright, we'll install Slingshot Extreme. Which benchmarks did you run on your phone, sir? Running benchmark now. All of them? Running the Slingshot Extreme demo right now on my phone. Ooh. Poor phone. Not looking smooth. Not looking smooth. Hello, pup. My guest pup is here. Hello. Right. It is. It is. The pickup truck Terminator-esque ones in the beginning always kind of hit that nostalgia mark for me. I just remember seeing that demo so many times. Always wanted it to be a game. Yeah, to say the Slingshot Extreme demo runs slow on my phone is an understatement. Oh, really? Is 3D Mark old? Is that too old? Were they aware of Future Mark? Because I think Future Mark is the company behind 3D Mark, if I'm not mistaken. At least that's what the reference I saw when I was looking up the legacy 3D Mark applications. Yeah. Yep. Truth. Well, the graphics test runs a little bit. Yeah, I'm getting like between 2.7 and 6 or 7 frames per second on my phone. Actually going down to 1.8 frames. I see. Interesting. Is that a generational thing at all, you think, or just in the area? Okay, just mostly Diablo 2 and such. Yeah, I mean, especially how big some of those shooters were then. That was a lot of the 3D gaming we did, at least, were shooters. And we did some RTS stuff when we started having more 3D models than that, but yeah. Okay. I can tell you right now, mine's not going to be a very good score at all on my phone. 1.4 frames, jumping up to 10 frames sometimes on the Graphics 2 demo, I think. I'm going through some of the physics demos now. Again, it's all Slingshot Extreme. I'm not doing Slingshot Extreme Unlimited, just... yeah. Well, I'll get about between 17 and... it was. Physics demo wasn't going too bad. Maybe our phones just suck. My China phone apparently is not super great. What? Old man fishing. All right, let's look at these marks. As you can already see, we're at 2,847 3D marks. Big jump. Big jump there, 2,847. Whoop. There we go. Check that out. Big jump there, guys. Okay. So right now I got a Slingshot Extreme score of 384. Looks like graphics score is at 321, physics score is at 1204. Graphics test 1 I got 2.5 frames per second. Graphics test 2 was 1 frame per second. Physics section 1 was 19.7 frames. Physics section 2 was 12.9 frames. Physics section 3 was 6.8. This is running Android 7.0. So there's that, and it says you don't have enough data to compare scores for this device. Now I'm going to share that score with you. I think that's through Facebook Messenger or something. All right, I can do that. So we have, let's see here. Come on. Score details. Let's test details. What the heck? Well, apparently I may have exited out of the results I had. There we go. Now we're back at it. Alright, so graphics 321. Physics was 1204. Graphics test 1 was 2.5 frames per second. And from there on down, I'm not going to put the frames per second acronym there because that takes more time. Graphics test 2 was 1. Physics section 1 was 19.7. Physics section 2 was 12.9. Then physics section 3 was 6.8. There we go. You should have all the stats there. And they don't have any information on my phone either. That's funny. So I reported my phone to them. Hopefully they'll be able to use my phone to have a model up there or something. We'll see if anything happens out of that. That's pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, that was running the, Slingshot Extreme test. Anyhow, onward and upward, we're going to go to Turok. So yours was significantly better than mine. Yeah, I see where this is going. Yep. Mm-hmm. Dang it. Yeah, yours was significantly better than my phone. Yeah. Alright, so we want... I think it's Turok. Is it... Oh, what was this? It was... How do we do the Turok benchmark before? How do we do that? Okay, here we go. So, benchmark all drivers. Okay, let me put it in real quick. I realize I needed it in for this, but whatever. Whatever, Turok. Whatever you say. Whatever, Turok. All right. See, I think it's fair to say that your phone ran a little bit better than mine, Sam. I think it's fair. I think it's pretty fair to say that. Yeah, we're cleaning our ears while we're here, because we can. Yeah, I suppose so. What kind of phone do you have again? Let's run away real quick. Ugh. Next is 6 Plus. Gotcha. So then the next question is, whoop. So the next question would be, how does the phone compare price-wise to performance? We do see so far Turok 1 is running significantly better with this Pentium 3 chip. I don't think I've dropped below 60 once on this. Gotcha. I got down to 66 there, 62. I saw a little bit of 50. That might have been from the level loading also. Oh yeah, I got 55 there. Okay, so you dropped below 60 a little bit. Right on. Yeah, I haven't really run into any applications that have been bogged down on my phone so far, so I can at least say that with my usage. Though I probably haven't been using anything very challenging on it either. But cost was definitely a factor for me. You know, I wanted to get in on a fairly cheap price, and it seems like I've done that. He just flew. So fast. So yeah, big improvement in Turok 1. Huge improvement. Man, we used to get a lot of slowdown, like I think down to about 20 frames or something in that part. Now we saw we got around 50, but that was about it, man. Oh my god. Yeah, we're running this game like a champ now. 1,000 frames a second. What? Those are some really crazy round numbers they would start getting. We're getting down to about 30 some there for a minute. No, this battle is usually pretty taxing also. We're staying pretty good. Yeah. Agreed. You don't think that this computer can run Turok 1 at 1,000 frames a second when I'm looking right at a wall? You just wait till we get to these underwater parts where the frames per second just jump. We'll see how high it goes. Yeah, we're getting about 500 mark. Yeah. Yeah, once it starts getting above 125, 140, it's like that weird doubling it's doing. It's, yeah. Even 166.7, I'm sure that's a rounded number that's happening right there. I think it's fair to say the system runs Turok 1, though. Most definitely. assuming that's supposed to be the nuke of some sort. It's kind of how it sort of chars the guy before he blows up. Though it seems a little weak sauce compared to the Turok 2 nuke. I mean, it's not super. Like, I know we didn't play a whole lot of Turok 1, but I mean, it's not super surprising considering that, you know, a lot of these, there's a lot of weapons that are probably some sort of kind of carryover, and having the ultimate weapon being that. All right, well that's it. So we got 102.7. All right. So that's a little bit of a jump. Now again, we're seeing some change from potential miscalculation from the game's benchmark itself. So that does impact that score quite a bit, but that's the number we have right now. With imperfect tools, man. Onward to Doom 95. I'm really excited to see this because I'm assuming the Doom engine is very CPU bound. So I look forward to seeing some significant changes beyond 35 frames here. Okay, so with that. Okay. Let's do 95. M. Time demo. And we're looking at. So running demo 1. I think. So running demo 3. Demo 1. Okay, time to calculate it up. So I want to say it's going to be game ticks divided by real ticks times 35. So 1710 divided by 1129 equals that times 35. 53.01. Cool, big jump there, big jump, almost 60 frames, guys. Cool beans. And I want to leave you in this view here because, well, we're going to be jumping to Quake 2. I shouldn't have left 3D Mark 2001 open, but I don't think that's affecting anything too much. I don't know. Let's run it. Still got that same error. Interesting. Try like this first. Still getting that 43.6 frames per second, which obviously is not the case here. Interesting. I'm gonna put a big old question mark. 43. Oh. Which obviously is not true. Right. But, yeah. But anyway, that's where we see the increases here. And, yeah. So, I would say overall we've seen big improvements. We don't have really good benchmarking software right now besides, I would say, 3D Mark and Doom 95. Because Quake 2 has been spotty, even though I ran it with the older chips and it seemed to run fine. Well, at least better, because I got at least more realistic numbers than right now. What else? Actually, I wonder. Okay, well, actually, hang on a second here. Now, follow me here for a second. When I ran these before, and I got my 74, 71, I did not have a disk in the drive. But when I ran them when we first did this, I had a CD in the drive, and it wasn't the Quake 2 CD. Furthermore, I had the Turok CD in there just now. So, oh my God, is the disk and the drive influencing the benchmark? Well, well, well. How do you like that? Disks in the disk drive influence the benchmark. Great benchmark, right, guys? Man. 75. How about that? Well, that's what was causing the discrepancy. Try the software renderers. Okay. That's so crazy, though. I mean, I know the engine's accessing a CD for music, but to have a disk in the drive impact the benchmark like that, that's crazy. That's just crazy. Wow. Just wow. Oh, it's the 640 by 40 because that's what OpenGL was at too. Well, software renderer says out is 36.9 frames per second. Right. Wow. This benchmark sucks. That's what that comes down to. That's not accurate at all. Dang. That was 36 frames. Right? Am I dropping frames? Oh, I was dropping some frames there myself. Huh. So that's what it looks like. Okay, so there we have it. That's the Pentium 3 700 megahertz. That is here. Yeah. And now we know some terrible benchmarks. This was the patch for Windows NT. Try to see if I can happen to run it on here, but that wasn't happening. So I'm going to have to wait for a different solution for my CD-ROM drive. See if that makes a difference. That's such garbage. That is such garbage. Ugh. I mean, the other thing I can do is I can run GL Quake. I do. Yeah, we can do run that. That's a good idea. Epic. I assume your engine is superior to Quake engine. Actually, you know what? Let me see if Serious Sam, the First Encounter Special Edition, has benchmarking. Let me check that real quick. Now, let's try this. Where I put that at? Oh, let's see Serious Sam First Encounter. Okay. We can try UT also. Absolutely. I think I may have found a use for Serious Sam Special Edition. There is a benchmark on here. Maybe it should be a challenging one for the system too. Though have to install it first. That'll give me some time to dig out UT also. But I don't think UT is too far away. Well, I got OpenGL drivers anyway. Yes, that's exactly what it means, unfortunately. Which is lame. And it was not called... Oh, yeah. It was called limited edition. Yeah, it's like... So, on the case... That does not say limited edition. That's a special edition. So no, I'm not ready to say shame on us. Shame on them. They should have put limited edition on the case. Right? Thanks, Global Star Software, for being a bunch of jerk faces. So this includes the full multiplayer capabilities as well as all the editing tools, just only 7 of the 15 original levels. So you get everything else. Alright, there's UT. And I think... Yeah, at this point with that CPU upgrade, I should now be able to run Tron 2.0 on Windows 98. I should be able to do that now. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. That was my machine gun ha. Ha 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 ha. Or my Red Skull Avengers laugh. Ha 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 ha. I also was not able to find anything for Andy at the shop, unfortunately. Maybe someday, in some way. Tron 2.0 is so good. That's gonna be part of the birthday LAN party experience, man. That is one game on the docket. I'm not sure how I'm gonna have everyone play multiplayer yet. I think before we had everyone go loading up the game through the editor tools to get around some of the DRM stuff or the CD check stuff. So that should still be a thing. while this is installing, I guess we can look up CPU-Z, because we did ask about that before, huh? Alright, let's do it like this. Just make it a little bit easier to read. So, Copper Mine Core, Pentium 3, Slot 1. You got 16 kib, level 1 data, level 2 cache is at 256 kilobyte, which is actually a smaller level 2 cache than the Pentium 2. The Pentium 2, at least the one I was running with the 350, was 512 megabyte or kilobyte level 2 cache. And the one you got me, Sam, wherever I put that, it's a big heatsink. How can I? Oh, there it is. Actually, I forget how much yours had. Let's say it might have been 512 as well. 512 kilobytes of level 2 cache. So our cache size actually shrunk with this new chip. Still 1 core, 1 thread. And there's our cache. Main board doesn't change, memory doesn't change, so on and so forth. There's our graphics card again. All that good stuff's still the same. I guess we could have even benched it here. That probably would have been a smart thing to use CPU-Z, or yeah, CPU-Z to bench some of this. But we didn't, because we're not smart. Okay, so I think I can... Well, first of all, let me see if I can just bring it up here. Oh, that's true. I mean, it would have been a good additional bench, I think. I mean, also considering we'd be benching for CPU changes, the CPU-centric application having a benchmark tool would probably be handy.
Sam, I am.
Sam, I am. I don't believe this is the bench. I think this is just the intro stuff.
Here comes trouble.
Is this the bench? Okay, so the game actually runs, but I think we have to do something else to actually have go into the bench. But it'll be running those same demos for the bench itself. Let's see, I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna rename this to be bing, bing. Alright, so benchmark review. Okay, got it. So let's go ahead and switch this back to 64480. We'll open up Serious Sam again. We go to down, the profile equals 1.
Here comes trouble.
So what should happen here is the frame rate after the demo runs should print in the console. It looks like it runs pretty dang good.
Here comes trouble.
It's about 59 to 61. That's pretty dang good. See 59.5. We're gonna go with the original recorded. Or actually, no, we're gonna go with without excessive peaks. We'll do that. Because that should eliminate any like drops. Then it happens from loading and unloading, things like that. Alright, thanks, Serious Sam. Okay. Actually, I got 61.1. Alright, cool. So we have that. Now let's install UT. Go back to our full there. That all looks good. What version of DirectX is that? That won't be needed. We already have DirectX. And yeah, we'll put that one. I don't care. All right. Now UT installs. Oh. In the meantime, let's look up this thermal compound. See what we're dealing with here. If this is anything that's actually decent. So we're looking up, it's by Hainzai. It's their thermal grease, it's HY410. See if I can find any information about it. Let's see what we got. Apparently this paste is pretty terrible from what I'm reading. So this is some pretty terrible thermal paste. So we're not even going to use that. Let's see what we got going on here. Indigo Extreme. Metallic thermal paste. Oh, that stuff is crazy. What? Probably some sort of thermal paste called indigo. Oh, really? Oh. That's no good. Any luck with Wayback Machine at all? See, sort of. I got a support page with download links, and links themselves were dead. Okay. Interesting. Do you have a model number for this device to begin the Epic search? Man, they're way overcharging for this thermal compound at Walmart.com. That's a dang shame. Dang shame. I'm looking up Arctic MX4 on here. And there's ads on... There are ads on the site that are cheaper than the actual listings on Walmart.com. That's sad. Which means I'll probably just get the thermal paste from somewhere bearable instead of other things. Bink. And this is a... That's just the Ethernet card itself, okay. Ba-da-ba-bow. Keep on stalling there. Keep on keeping on. Unreal Tournament. Bing bong bong bow. Ba-da-ba-bow-bow. They bought some cheap crap. Yeah, don't go to Free Geek for thermal paste. They got garbage thermal paste. They just buy garbage thermal paste, what they do. Boo and hiss. Dave's posting up trailers now? Okay. See. Got Linksys. Okay, this is LH. Oh, looks like Andy is at the finale of Darksiders. Oh snap. LH. No, don't autocorrect that. 100C. So we're able to find the Windows XP driver then, Sam? Okay, I may have found at least a Windows XP driver. Possibly. But it's not on Linksys' site, it's like on a driver guide site thing. Sounds a little jacked up, huh?
The Mining Corporation, working with the NEG, established a series of leagues and bloody public exhibitions.
Yeah, you're not liking the sound.
Popularity grew with their brutality. Soon, Andrew discovered that the public matches were their most profitable enterprise. The Professional League was formed. A cabal of the most violent and skilled warriors in known space, selected to fight in a grand tournament. Now it is 2341. 50 years have passed since the founding of Deathmatch. Profits from the tournament number in the hundreds of billions.
Okay, let's look at our options here. Let's look at preferences, audio. Yeah, audio's jacked up for voices. I don't know why. Let's see, is that taking the console? Yep.
In 2291, in an attempt to control violence among deep space miners, the New Earth government legalized no-holds-barred fighting. The Andrew Mining Corporation, working with the NEG, established a series of leagues and bloody public exhibitions. The fight's popularity grew with their brutality. Soon, Leandri discovered that the public matches were their most profitable enterprise. The professional league was formed. A cabal of the most violent and skilled warriors in known space, selected to fight in a grand tournament. Now it is 2341. 50 years have passed since the founding of Deathmatch. Profits from the tournament number in the hundreds of billions. You have been selected to fight in the professional league by the Leandri Rules Board. Your strength and brutality are legendary. The time has come to prove you are the best. To crush your enemies. To win the tournament.
So what do we see there, about 51 point something? I want to cheat a little bit. Cheating.
In 2291, in an attempt to control violence among deep space miners, the New Earth government legalized no-holds-barred fighting. The Andrew Mining Corporation, working with the NEG, established a series of leagues and bloody public exhibitions. The fight's popularity grew with their brutality. Soon, Leandri discovered that the public matches were their most profitable enterprise. The professional league was formed. A cabal of the most violent and skilled warriors in known space, selected to fight in a grand tournament. Now it is 2341. 50 years have passed since the founding of Deathmatch.
Cool. So that's good. Looks like I may have beaten you to it, Sam. Oh, snap. Yeah, that's what I did too. Just scrub it. Oh, not bad though. Not bad. Cool. There you go. Apparently that did not want to close properly. Ugh. So this machine handles a lot of these games pretty well now. We're going to go ahead and... well, yeah, we'll install Tron 2.0. Yeah. Yeah. Windows 98 call it wants its Tron back. Okay, let's see here. Go to cursor. While we're over here, Yep. Serial number in. I may have downloaded a driver for this thing before. It's for a different product, I think. Okay, I downloaded drivers for the LNE 100TX, which is the card I'm using on mine. But yours is the LH100C. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. I'm put in my CD key. Can't be having people steal my CD key now. Okay. Well, I might have a driver then. Because apparently I've looked for that before and I've grabbed it from my system. Let me double check this system to see if I'm actually running the driver on here. Once I get this installed rolling. Okay, tab. Oh, what do we got? Hey, looky there. Look what I got right there. Right there. Have you tried that driver then? Oh, womp womp. Let's see what we got. Downloads firmware. Well, let's go to my downloads. I mean, let's see here. Hey, you're sbushman@gmail.com, correct? Sorry for the advertising. Okay. that'll be fair. Your email would be available on other meetings anyway, so it's not like you're saving anyone here. Let's see here. What can I do about this? Where's the bad? I just saw it. There it is. It's blocking it. Okay, so at least the copy I had for this should be sent to you. Might be a start. I don't know if it works for multiple versions of that chip or not. We'll try that to start. In the meantime, now I have a name of the driver though, so I can start looking based on that. Possibly finding a copy that fits you. So it's going to be... So you're going to go with that. So it looks like what I may have sent your way is a driver update utility that might work for multiple versions of the actual multiple versions of the chip itself. So I'd probably try the one I sent you first. And we go from there. Okay. Okay. I mean, that's fair and all. Just remember, you have some other cards coming in as well. So you should have a few choices, and that might also depend on what sort of support you have for games and other sound options with what I'm sending you. So I guess, point being, you'll have quite a few things to choose from. Which is not a bad thing, I don't think. I would be rather amused, though, if I end up having the driver utility you need for your Ethernet card. It's like, I would have had to download that at least somewhat recently since I built this machine. So, I guess good thing I kept it in my downloads folder. It also makes me very glad that I have the install that I do, or at least the card running as I do on this machine. Otherwise, that would have been quite the creak. Installing Tron 2.0. Gotta see how it runs on the system. Ba da ba. Scooter ba da ba, beat up ba. And again, if you want to run RAID, man, you want to use a PCI X card. I got the card for you. Oh, I didn't want to drop Tron 2.0. Yeah, please eject. There you go. Bow bow ba da boo da boo da boo boo ba da boo ba da boo boo ba da boo ba da boo boo ba da boo ba da boo. Alright. Drop 2.0. Pow 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 pow. Keep on installing, yo. Keep on keeping on. So I was also trying to shop around for some VGA upscalers to see what's out there, given the difficulty of capturing DOS footage. And it appears right now most upscalers, their minimum resolution is 640 by 480. So finding something that's going to be like 300 by 240 or whatever is going to be challenging. I'm trying to think of what other... what other possible solutions there could be. I saw some people were rolling with an old video card that would have S-video out, and they would use an analog signal out to do something. So that might be an option, is just running some sort of analog signal through a different source to upscale it, per se. Like, might be running through a VCR or something like that, for example, and then use whatever video out it uses to roll with that image or other means. So yeah, that's a thing. But in terms of actual VGA capture, the only thing I can think of is you have like another frame meister or something like that, where you roll the RGB and sync signals as a device that would expect and see if that would work any better than just doing standard VGA. But that's making a lot of assumptions about how under the hood it's actually handling the RGB HV signal from VGA, right? I've seen a number of devices that when they have like CGA, they are able to, at least when I was looking on some forums, they were handling that just fine through an S-video connection on a legacy video card. It wouldn't be ideal though. I guess the image is going to look better through RGB. The only other solution I could think of is if there's a monitor that has video out as well, and so the monitor itself acts as a pass-through and perhaps upscales the image, maybe. There's a really cheapo device I have. I haven't tried that with any kind of DOS footage at all. But I don't have a whole lot of faith in it, to be honest, since it's like a $20 cheap Chinese product. Oh, excuse me. That I originally tried using as a cheap pass-through and some sort of upscaler device, but it doesn't really do that. So, or at least it might do something like that with VGA. Maybe. So the footage looks like crap. So, yeah. I don't know what you are for, bracket. I don't know what your deal is. Why are you like that? Who knows? So also, ideally, you would want to roll with VGA. That way, you're not messing with any kind of interlace signal. Yeah. I've seen a lot of guys where they're doing DOSBox for a lot of their DOS games these days, just because it's a lot easier to set up and handle. For Phil's Computer Lab, I think the majority of his DOS stuff he rolls with, he's recording off the monitor. And he was one of the guys that was actually commenting in the forums I was reading, using S-video as a capture option. But what else could we do here? Because there has to be an upscale solution. I mean, there are monitors that display this resolution, so it can be interpreted. It's just a matter of, I don't know. I'm not saying it's a simple problem, but it seems like a very doable, solvable problem. I do have my small, I guess it's more of a, yeah, the Sync Ripper box. That might do some upscaling too. Oh great, the maddening pictures are appearing again on Discord. How wonderful. Well, what else? It's gotta be something. So. One device I am curious about that I know captures very low resolution would be my ATI Mac card, because that thing is made to capture RF. I think everything it captures though is analog. Playing the hits, Dave says. That's fun. Yeah, we'll restart. Why not? So at least with my device, you know, I can jump to that real quick. Which, ooh, interesting. The XPS model number changed with the processor I put in. Or I guess it goes T and then the processor speed, it seems. Huh. I guess that sort of makes sense of how Dell would do it. But yeah. For the slot 1 board? You thinking so? Well, I can get you a model number real quick here, and you can verify that for yourself, too. It's a fairly flexible board from what I've found. Sound, so I tried using the onboard sound. That ended up locking up my system. So I don't try to use the onboard sound anymore. I ended up actually disabling that in BIOS because I was having some driver conflicts with the ISA card too. So I think it's sound, serial port, and printer port are disabled in BIOS. Let's see here. Then we go to that. Okay. And that's the board. Yeah. That is thy board. Does that match? I'll leave that up there for a little bit longer and then do with it what you will. Meantime, I'm going to X out this and probably bring up something with Tron 2.0, I guess, just to see how it runs. Sort by name. Enumerate my displays, please. Thank you. Yeah, we'll try 1024 with 768. Sure, that sounds good. Alright, I think we got enough time for you for the CPU-Z there to get a model number off of that. Whatever you might want to do to compare. And we should be doing 1024 with 768 with Tron 2.0. In theory. Trying to. Disc 1. I see you guys are doing plenty of good work on Discord. Mr. Derek Atwater. I see that. I'll have to steal some of those hits from my talk next weekend. I think it's a very important aspect. Yeah, let's try medium detail. Let's see how that does. That's a little above our processor, but we should have the video card and RAM and everything else to run with it. So the talk is what is the best RPG and why it's Madden football. That is the subject of the talk. So as we talking about the Madden stream in there, because naturally that's how I've been introducing myself to Madden. I figured then talking about some of the conversations and things like that would be more than appropriate, right? And fun, of course. Monolith. Oh snap. And we are running an NVIDIA card on this, so it fits finally. I've always ran like ATI cards and always felt kind of strange that I'm not running the right card. And again, one thing I'd be interested to do, Sam, since this is an Intel chipset board as well, I might be able to find updated BIOS by Intel and have more options with this board, just like the XP machine. So if I find anything like that, I'll let you know if we're running the same board. There is a BIOS, what's the jumper called? But it's some sort of BIOS jumper that will allow you to rewrite the BIOS like how I did it before with the XP machine.
Please, I've got to get back to my routing. I'm already behind on my deliveries this cycle.
You have privileges I require.
I'm just a simple email script. I
know what you are, and I know what you'll become. Tell me, what is your function?
I deliver butter. I serve butter. Oh, God.
Jet, do you think your dad would mind if I had some of his popcorn?
Huh? Oh, sure. Have all you want. Yeah?
I'm a little surprised you turned down the level 6 programming position.
Look, Dad, I know you're disappointed.
Damn right I'm disappointed. I pulled a lot of strings to get you that offer.
I'm happy making games. Life is short, Pop. I plan to enjoy it.
You sound like Flynn. Hold on, son. Mathria, run a security diagnostic.
Maybe Flynn's his real dad.
Results.
Our virus has entered the system via email. Lab drives 1, 2, and 4 infected.
What was I talking about?
Jet, we'll have to continue this conversation later. This is a restricted area. You just can't come barging in here.
So, yeah. Also, Derek, it looks like that Sam and David Huddleston are going to be able to make it out to the talk, which is kind of cool. I don't know if it's going to be streamed yet.
Mathria, where's my father?
Oh, is it not posting because of the...
What do you mean?
Oh, gotcha. Yes. I gotcha. That sucks for the Auto-G card.
Mathria, stop what you're doing.
Put on goggles.
Was it posting before you put the sound card in? This is running pretty decent for medium settings on this machine. Yes, indeed. They get to heckle Chris on the West Coast talking about Madden as an RPG. But yeah, they might be streaming the talk. If they are, then I'll get that information posted up as soon as possible if you guys want to check it out. In the past, at least for the musical acts at the MAG related events, they have those on YouTube later on. I would like to see if they can have my talk on there too. That way then I can use it for my own purposes to like reference and such. Indeed, and in public, yes. That is the best time to heckle someone and to dog them. Brown. Rebecca Stamos. Oh, snap. The other fun things we found out, Derek, apparently the Quake 2 benchmark is significantly flawed in... Yes, so if there's a live streaming crowd, I would like to. It really depends on if they stream the talk or not. If they are, I will. I don't have those details, though. For the crowd that's going to be there in the audience, I will be taking questions.
Mathria, what did you do?
So you are a user. Fascinating. Well, user, now that you've been digitized, you can think of me as
pretty good, man.
To the world inside the computer.
Oh no.
There are a few crucial functions you'll have to learn if you hope to survive the system. I'm sending you a help file. You can view help files at any time by pressing the number 8.
Sweet, help files.
Study them closely. They typically contain important information. When a program has something to say, a talk icon will appear above his or her head. To initiate the conversation, approach the program and press the action key. Try it.
That's pretty good. Maximize what we got here. Is it E? Is the action key? Nope. I don't want lean and stuff. F?
6 more subdirectories have been compromised. The corruption managed to slip past our scheduled scans. Obviously an inside job.
To continue your training, activate the help programs that display the talk icon.
Tell me about player movement.
The basic player movements are forward, backward, strafe left, strafe right, crouch, and jump. The mouse is used to look around. You can also look around corners. Here's a help file with more information. That concludes the basics.
Boom. Oh yeah. What kind of questions, Derek?
Tell me about my status display.
The status display shows your objectives and tasks. Press the tab key to see an example. Here's a help file with more information.
Tell me about build points.
As you gain experience in the digital world, build points will be added to your version number. At every milestone, you can use the build points to upgrade your performance ratings. Press the F1 key to access your performance ratings and distribute your initial set of build points. Here's a help file with more information.
Jet version 5. Jet version 1. I have no points. Oh, damn. Like, did it fall before you turned it on and wasn't posting?
Mathria has just requested an IO node link with you.
Tell me about IO nodes.
IO nodes are how programs communicate when not in the vicinity of
Okay.
IO nodes.
Oh, they meant like the
Most
script
objects
fallen in
require a
previously,
permission set to activate.
and then you tried to
The
turn it on and
segmented
didn't
ring surrounding
post, and
the
like
reticle
that would have
will
like
indicate what
did a bridge
permissions
something
are
it shouldn't
missing.
have.
To activate an object such
Okay.
as this IO node,
When's the last time you
Face
booted this
object
machine?
and press the action key. I believe that's it.
You do not have the proper permission set to activate this object. This way, user. Activate this help program to learn about archive bins.
Tell me about archive bins.
Tell me about archive
Archive
bins.
bins can contain permissions, emails, help files, and subroutines. Like most objects, they require a permission set to activate. To activate, face the archive bin and press the action key. One useful note: an empty archive bin exhibits no item nodes. That about covers it.
Okay.
Looks like you don't have the proper permission set to access this archive
Nope.
bin either. Wait, I've got it here somewhere. Here you go. Now that you have the proper permission set, activate the archive. To download an item from an archive bin, select the corresponding number on your keyboard.
Downloading now. This is what life is. You just download everything.
Follow me back to the I/O node. You now have the correct permission set to receive the message from Mathria.
Connecting to I/O grid.
Alan 2, you must obtain your disk before proceeding.
What do I need a disk for?
It will be your primary weapon against the corruption.
Node deactivated.
Well, okay then.
Handling a disk is tricky. I strongly suggest a quick combat tutorial. Follow me.
I can imagine.
Has prepared a practice arena for you. The data stream leading to the arena is on the other side of this force field. Unfortunately, the binary bit operating this socket is missing.
Tell me about energy transfer.
Periodically, binary bits lack energy to operate properly. To transfer energy to a bit, face the bit, then press and hold the action key. When the meter displayed in the HUD fills up, the transfer is complete.
This is what computers are like. And definitely the fun part about Tron 2.0 is how all the little objects sort of fly around and make use of space. It makes it for a very cool experience. Yes.
To be transported to the combat training arena, step in.
I did. I stepped in all right. But yeah, Derek, I assume your questions will be like, how do you stay that handsome all the time? And where can I buy Madden football?
To pick up your disc, face it, and press the action key. Good. Now before we get started, use the patch routines to restore your health and energy to full capacity. Activate the health program when ready to start the combat training.
Tell me about using the disc.
It's good practice to save your progress before entering into combat situations. Please do that now. Step onto the battle ring when ready.
Why get trucked?
To throw the disc, click and release the left mouse button. To recall the disc, click the right mouse button. To steer the disc in mid-flight, click and hold the left mouse button. Moving the mouse will influence the path of the disc. To use use the disc as a melee weapon, click the left mouse button while holding down the control key. To block an incoming enemy disc, press the right mouse button. Practice using the disc against this combat training program.
When a program is derezzed, a core dump containing energy, health, and quite often permissions and subroutines is left behind. If you wish to continue practicing, activate the switch to res in another combat training program. Enter the data stream when finished.
Sync 8 is help. That's control, that's what it was, okay. Because this was more of like just... I was going to use this to sort of benchmark the system, and I really like Tron 2.0, so I ended up starting playing it. This is kind of me wanting to see how it would run. Oh, dang. Freaking. Stupid corruption. See, tab. What did I press to get? It was a escape. Tabs for that. What did I do to get to my character menu? F1? Yeah. Can I not drag and drop? What the heck? Oh, that's... Oh. I guess that's the wrong protocol. Gotcha. Final Fantasy foot. Why not call it just what it is? Blitzball. Want to keep on fighting. This game is so good. F5. Yeah, sure you are. Your bias protection don't work. Should have gone Norton. Did you? Right on, Mr. Andy. Congrats on that. Did you buy it online or did you get it from the store? Oh, nice.
Something's gone horribly wrong. Rami failed to transmit a data packet to my user. He must have been corrupted. He was so young. So many cycles left.
So many cycles left. Oh my god. I'll go with transfer rate and processor. Look at all this corruption. That's not bad.
In the next sector, there is an archive bin that contains a subroutine that will enable you to jump higher. This way, user. Locate the archive bin and retrieve the subroutine stored inside.
Yeah. Probably. Is this booting without the sound card then? I'll start up here first, see what's up here. Ooh, good call, good call. Good old senior management emails. Is it bad now when I see those kinds of emails? I'm like, I don't want to see those emails now because I receive stupid emails at work.
Greetings, program. My name is Rami. Please free me. I have an important package to deliver.
Where you at, Rami? If that's your real name. Currently without sound card. Got it. Interesting.
Thanks, program.
Go get him, Rami. Couldn't turn it off with him running across it. Dang. We got blaster too. Okay. Nice. So did your Ethernet card not work previously?
Subroutines augment a program's base abilities when loaded into system memory. To load a subroutine, press the F1 key to bring up the menu, and right-click on the subroutine in the outer ring. With the YM loaded, your jump height is greater. Follow me to the exit.
Oh, dang. Jerks. Bomb the heck out of that area. Actually, there's more stuff over here. I want this more of this stuff. You can't make me do anything you want. I'm an adult. Gotcha. Copy that. What got on there? Doesn't feel like my height's increased very much from this jump. Whatever, I guess. Look at this, I can't. Ooh, there's this though. Sweet. Version number increase. Got more points. It's all about the points. See, there's gotta be a way to get up there. How do we get up there? Come on, there's gotta be a way. There's gotta be a way. Ah, here we go. See, there's always a way. He's needed in the employee lunchroom. Yo. Dang, what I get? That's from a fall. Dang, I'm weak. Boom, headshots. Thank you for all this stuff. Appreciate the stuff. Oh, the gem mines and something, something. Classic. Classic phrase. I don't know if I can block those. No, I don't think I can block them. That sucks. I wish I could block those. So we increase our processing there. Whoa, hey. Whoa, hey, whoa, hey. Whoa, hey, whoa, hey. Whoa, hey, hey, hey. Oh, pfft. Sorry, buddy.
I was afraid my subroutines were going to become infected.
Sorry about that, buddy. Oh, got profiler subroutine. What? Let's go. Disinfect. Defrag. Computer maintenance. That's for just energy. I want health though. Let's probably backtrack for health. I am happy with how this is running though, man. Now the biggest question will be using CPU killer, how that's going to roll with games like Magic the Gathering and such, because you know, again, this machine is meant to be very DOS capable too. And now it's got some horsepower. Oh, so much for that health. I didn't realize that was so temporary. Well, dang. We made it. Ha! I already have it. Cool. Bing, bang, boom, bom, bom, bank. Also, no worries. Baldur's Gate 2 has not been forgotten by any means. I just haven't sat down and put the time in as I should.
Kernel system scans indicate partitions 5 through 32 are infected. Lock all right access privileges and send in more intrusion countermeasure programs. Yes, sir. Have you isolated the source? Not yet, sir. However, we've picked up the signature of an unauthorized program in the sector. Quarantine and bring the program to me immediately.
Right. Dude, it's awesome. It's a good game. Yeah, I can't remember if I picked it up right when it came out or like maybe even a year after, but it was pretty quick to when it came out. We played a lot of it at LAN parties, especially with Disc Arena and things like that. I really enjoy the game. I find it to be a really fun shooter.
So what are you exactly? A bit?
A bit? Ha! I'm a byte. But 3 I wouldn't send a simple bit to do a byte's job. Let me tell you, mister.
Also, no performance is going to be not the best all the time, just because, well, I'm running this on my Windows 98 machine, so. There we go. Increase your jump a little bit.
You do not have the proper permission set to enter the power stream control sector. Follow me.
Sir. Is that how we were first exposed to this? Was through the demo? Oh, nice. Was it just BIOS got jacked up? Same thing. Value, yeah. See, emails, more emails. Gotcha.
Stop executing it.
You died.
There's a subsystem that runs beneath the main level. Look down there.
Unless I missed something here. No, don't see a switch right away to turn that off. Well, that's okay. Maybe that might have been it. Maybe just didn't need to be reseated in the board. Cool beans. Glad to hear that is working. As of course, I don't have to purchase it. All right, yeah. So let's find out what's going on here. It's not going through there at all. I don't see anything going on with this. My jump is also huge. Look at that jump. Look at that jump. It looks like you are actually mine. So that's what. Oh dang, was I that close to dying? Ugh. Whoops a daisy. Did I get out of my blaster here? Oh, 4. Give me health, 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 health. Oh, you just die. Okay, cool. I'll take that. And so you grab that. Get some health from that. To a disc. Ha ha. Ha ha. Headshot. Aha. That'll work. Thank you. I'm actually good on energy right now. Thank you for the offer. Check out our things we can do here. Let's go ahead and throw on fuzzy signature, because now I can do some sneaking if I want, which is pretty cool. For that, let's quick save. Don't want to fall on that or anything. Let's see what's further down these hallways. Gone through there. This. See, that's why we don't want to miss those things, right? We don't want to miss our little build points. That's how we get awesome upgrades and such. I don't think there's anything in there, did we? Nah, it's just horribleness.
The corruption is spreading. We must keep moving.
Man, I'll destroy the corruption. Shoot, we're fine.
Source of the corruption.
Now this is unexpected. These programs believe you are the source of the corruption. That's rather funny, actually. Come, you are not safe here. We must find the server's exit port.
Alright. We need the server's exit port. There you go. Let's do it to it.
Can you believe this corruption? More and more zealots are popping up. There goes the neighborhood. But what the hell's causing it? The colonel has issued instructions to watch for an unauthorized...
Can you tell me how to get to the exit port?
That's probably
The exit port is located beyond the power
There's
string.
only one thing I hate more than zealots, and that's unauthorized viral
You'll need to
code.
cycle the power
I'll
string.
de-res him on the spot.
Don't get too
Code
close to
your
the
circuits. The colonel wants the program quarantined and brought in for interrogation. Uh-oh, we've got jumped in a can.
Okay, that wasn't what I wanted to do. I was hoping to do something where I'd be like, oh yeah, I want to sneak up on him and bash him in the face. Well, nope, that didn't happen. No, sir. I might need to...
I found an anomaly!
They're not nice. Dang. Gotta be nice, guys. Haha. As long as it hits you in the head, we're good. That's the key. Of course, I have no armor either, so it's not helping my cause at all. Oh. I'm gonna F5. There we go. Alt F4? Oh, that didn't work. Well, instead of fight me, fight the corruption, guys. No? Actually, let's check this back here first. What's back here? Email? Oh, I don't have the permissions for it. Whatever. F5 is a very important key in this game because there's a lot of jumping puzzles. And these jumping tasks, challenges, whatever you want to call them. You have to jump over boxes to get to places. And they're not always that easy to do. A lot of times you just fall and die. I remember back on I think it was X-Play, did a review of this. And that was their main critique was... Oh no, it wasn't... Was it X-Play? It was either X-Play or it was... No, it wasn't X-Play. It was one that Tommy Del Rico was. The game review show that Tommy Del Rico was on. What was that? It was like something underground. So I remember not being too impressed with how Del Rico did reviews. Anywho, that was his main critique with this game, at least I remember. Okay. Can I make it back over there, or do I have to do some fancy jumping? I might have to do some fancy jumping. There we go. Through here, through here. Action, email. So yeah, just get some trust in the boy. He's good. So you don't have to be like, I don't trust him. Sure. Bink. Stealth. Stealth. I'm trying to download a routine here. Give me a second. Then we'll fight some more. So he's trying to get all my business. There should be different resource configurations you can set up in device manager for your PCI devices.
Authorized use of resources.
Come on. Dang, you're supposed to be just getting killed, but apparently I was just getting killed. But yeah, you should be able to do a different configuration for your resource, and that should clear that up. Also, you may want to check your board BIOS to see if there's any particular IRQ numbers that are not accessible or reserved or something along those lines, just in case. Just in case there's something funny configured. I mean, if there's something to where
activating security resin station.
Oh, crap. Crap. Alright, what do we got? Oh, that seems helpful. This is increases damage, or I can increase my defense. Defense is like what I need right now. Done. Ah, dang it. Ah. I should have backed up further to get a little bit more hallway to work with. Dang. Okay, first of all, move you here. Move you here. That will work. So let me get this real quick. Alright. Oh, dang gummit. That's one behind me. Awesome. Okay. Cool, man. Awesome. Alright. That's what we're doing. Okay. There's probably someone back here then, right? Did I recycle that? I can't remember if I did or not. I'm gonna double check that. Okay. And again, that also depends if that's interrupt request that's actually being reserved. Okay.
Activating security resin station.
Okay, so I didn't get. Well, I was hoping out of that. I was hoping to see if there would be other permissions or subroutines that pop out. Guess not. Oh well. Okay, so we go to this real quick. Go to this. What's up here? Oh, that was a way to be sneaky, I guess. But we don't do that here. Pfft, we muscle our way through. Son. Oh, look at all the treasures. Ooh. Ooh wee. Ooh wee. Ooh wee. Yeah, I already have beta of Y amp. I don't need that Y amp. I will upgrade Profiler though. That's a pretty big deal. Nice. Alright. That is a big win right there. So we got virus scan. Notifies that a non-specific corrupted file is present. Recharge. Alright, so we got some. We're getting our routines now. All right. Let's do that real quick. I think again we had some health and energy. So let's suck that up real quick. Thank you. Go ahead and give ourselves a quick save. We've also gotten all of our upgrade bits here, which is nice. Oh, that's right. That's the routine I didn't pick up. Right.
Port activation approaching.
If you have packets to transport, you better hurry. The exit port is scheduled to go active soon.
Oh no. That's 8. Walk directly into the beam. Well, yeah.
Port activated. Illegal program detected in exit port sector. Quarantine protocol fields raised.
Boom. Get out of my face.
Activate. Security resin station.
What? Resin station? Where'd you come from? Oh crap, I'm getting hit by multiple sides. We can't have that. Give me that real quick. Oh shucks, where are we coming from now? Must have spotted me. you'll get that now. Give me that, man. Boom. I deflect your discs. You can call on all the people you want. I still deflect your discs. You better call the Marines. Call everybody. Okay, I don't need those. I'm gonna go ahead and activate our port. We got some health here.
Additional quarantine protocol field raised.
Take some of that. Take some of that. Oh, great.
Activating security resin station.
Ah, messed that up. Pardon me. Messed up the disc. You messed up. You done messed up. Are there other things I'm supposed to hit too, maybe? I wasn't really paying attention to my area a whole lot. Maybe so. So it appears.
Additional quarantine protocol field raised.
Alright, so I already hit that one. I guess I'm supposed to just keep on hitting these little switches here. And guys keep on spawning in. They're like, we're gonna kill you. Doesn't look like it.
Freeze program.
I froze. You didn't do anything though. That was weird. Oh, I mean, I just killed you. I just killed you.
Additional quarantine protocol field raised.
Got more guys spawning in too. I know it did this out of order. You don't need all the help you can get.
Quarantine protocol measures offline.
Stop executing escape routine.
Stop committing the escape routine. Hey, that was not nice. That was not nice at all. I'm not trying to escape. Well, I am trying to escape, but that's beside the point.
Incompetent scripts.
Nice.
Find out where that port leads. Yes, Colonel. Freeze program. The Colonel wants to work with you.
Whoops. So much for that portal leading it somewhere safe. Dang. And now we load. Keep on loading.
Query index 224-C. Unauthorized use of resources. Program quarantine in connection to spreading virus. User unknown. State your origin.
You're making a big mistake.
Mistake. Reveal your creation date before I disassemble your Code 1 operation at a time.
Well, I was born in '82.
Impossible. You are much too complex to be from that period. You have been accused of spreading a viral agent through the system. What is the intended goal of this sabotage?
I'm not responsible for that virus.
Enough. Who is your user?
I am a user.
Blasphemy. Regulars, put the prisoner in the bin.
Wait, you can't do this. I'm a user. Find Mithria. I'm trying to help her.
for you.
Like the log files show, prisoner refused to cooperate and is considered incompatible. Schedule him for immediate de-resolution.
Colonel, put him on the grid.
The grid. Interesting proposition.
I guarantee it'll be a race you won't forget.
Take them to the staging pit.
Security always looks so bad. Different memory requirements in this place. Alright. Let's see here. I kind of want to have that. Roll with that for now.
Programs Cody, Skate, and Jet prepare to enter Grid Arena 1.
Let's see if I can pick up the rest of these bits and permissions and everything. Oh dang. Put a company up for sale, that's no good. Got those permissions. Oh, I can't get that email yet. Phooey. Don't want to talk? Alright, cool, whatever. I didn't even want to talk to you, that was just... Psh. Whatevs. Looked so cool through yellow sunglasses and all that. I get it. I'd act that way too if I looked so cool. Let's see if we can find any other stuff in there. I see, that opens up for light cycles.
Here's your rod primitive. Once on the grid, activate it to res in your light cycle.
Oh. Got light cycle rod, which I think I can also use as a stealth weapon. Cool. Oh, I can't access any weapons right now anyway. Okay, that's fine. This is fine. This is fine. Security lockers, huh? Can we get permissions for these lockers?
To learn how to operate a life cycle, please enter the data stream. Wait while I open the port.
Go ahead and open that up. I want to find some security lockers while you're doing that. No, can't open that one. Nope. Almost, nope. I'm not seeing much else to open up right now. So I'm assuming I can't do a whole lot else at the moment besides practice light cycles. Can I jump up there at all? Do anything? No. I think I've already been back here. Yeah. There's nothing else there. Okay.
To learn how to operate a life cycle, please enter the data stream. Wait while I open the port.
Alright, open the port. Light cycles.
Light cycles travel at a default speed, use the right and left strafe keys. To accelerate, press and hold the move forward key. Releasing the key returns the speed back to default speed. To decelerate, press and hold the move backward key. Releasing the key returns the speed back to default speed. An added speed boost is gained when near an opponent's light cycle trail. Use camera zoom and camera rotation keys to control camera position. Use the light cycle camera toggle to switch between tracking and manual camera control. It's not uncommon to find power-ups on light cycle grids. To pick up a power-up, steer your light cycle over the icon. Use the fire button to activate a power-up once it is acquired. Note that power-ups are only good for one use. Shield break and speed zones, indicated by colored areas on the grid, alter the speed of the light cycle. Feel free to practice controlling your light cycle. Finished, steer your light cycle over the exit icon.
Yeah, I did it. I trained on light cycles.
Programs scheduled for grid competition are to enter light cycle arena immediately.
Say that.
Where do I go to start the race?
Follow me.
I'm almost ready to do that, but I have some other things I want to collect first. Build points, and man, if I can get some permissions, that'd be awesome.
To learn how to operate a life cycle,
I know what you
please
do.
enter the data stream.
You serve butter, that's what you do.
Enter the data stream to start the race.
Sure. Yeah, we're gonna retry that. Let's go, Jet. Eat it, skate. You suck.
Shield break acquired.
Damn, I should have. See, now he's trapped. That's what I wanted to do in the first place, but I messed it up.
That was close.
Oh, Skate's still alive? Alright.
Shield break acquired.
Let's go get Skate. Let's go shield break. See if I can force him to use it up. Where's he at right now? Where you at, buddy? Can't dodge all the walls.
Programs Jet, Sim, Frog, and Crawl.
Boom.
Prepare to enter Grid Arena 2.
Are you gonna wager or what? Hold on, I can't make up my mind. Hey, program, do you have any insight on which racer will win the next heat?
Definitely the blue racer.
You sound pretty confident.
Yeah.
The race is almost over.
We're now down to 2 racers, and what a round this has been. Okay, red is hugging the wall, blue is doing the same. They're hurdling for each other at top speed. Only one will come out of this victorious. My friends, this is life cycle racing at its finest. Red banks, red, blue wins. What a race!
Boom.
Good call, program.
Boom. I'm the best. I predict races. Boom. You're welcome.
You did real good out there. Properly equipped, I'm betting you can go the distance. Check this permission and access the security lockers. I think you'll like what you find in there. I've got a lot riding on you, program.
Alright. See the permission. That's what I like to see. Thought there was another bit point thing that came up. Apparently not. Thought I saw one somewhere. Yeah, there it is. I thought I saw that. Yeah. Pardon me. Let's just not turn the corner sharply enough. Yeah, there it is. See? There we go. There we go. Super light cycle ride. Oh snap.
Programs scheduled for grid competition are to enter Light Cycle Arena immediately.
Okay, let's see if I can find any of the lockers real quick. Knuckles. Knuckles and Knuckles. Okay, well I think I'm going to call the stream here for now, guys. It's been about 3 hours. I'll keep tabs on how Sam's doing with his computer build stuff, but yeah, that's it for me for now. So go ahead and save it. Here we got it, okay. But yeah, thanks for joining the stream, guys. I appreciate it very much. Hope you were entertained with just watching me dink around with this machine. Again, getting it going for the Pentium 4 we got, or Pentium 3 we have in it now, and all that good stuff. And yeah, so until next time, we'll have a more formal stream coming up soon, and also preparations for Mac West. So, see you guys.